Thomas Edison and Salvador Dalí both relied on a highly specific biological glitch to generate their greatest ideas. They learned how to manipulate the strange science of falling asleep. Drop a comment below if you've ever drifted off and suddenly felt like you were falling, or heard someone whisper your name in an empty room. That sensation happens right at the edge of threshold consciousness. Your eyes flutter shut, and the physical input begins to blur and fade away. In 1848, the French physician Alfred Maury named this transitional window Hypnagogia, taking it from the Greek words for sleep and conductor. It operates as the literal borderland between being awake and being asleep. This EEG simulation shows your mind powering down. Fast, tightly packed beta waves of waking hours smooth out into relaxed alpha waves. As you sink deeper and sensory input drops off, brainwaves stretch further into rolling theta waves, though your conscious mind remains online. This creates a bizarre neurological environment. The vivid hallucinations that happen here differ from dreams because your brain hasn't actually gone to sleep yet. Falling asleep occurs in a glitch-prone biological twilight zone, where your waking consciousness and your unconscious mind briefly collide. As the visual data from your open eyes stops flowing, you might start seeing phosphenes, random speckles, abstract geometries, or bursts of colored light. If you've been playing a video game all day, you might see falling blocks, known as the Tetris effect. You might also experience auditory anomalies. Your brain might invent a doorbell, a snippet of a conversation, or the sound of your name. Sometimes it generates a massive, jarring crash right inside your skull, a condition known as exploding head syndrome. Because the external sensory input has been suddenly cut off, the brain aggressively misfires. It craves data, so it begins inventing its own stimuli to fill the silence and the dark. About 86% of people report seeing those visual glitches as they fall asleep. The auditory misfires are a much rarer hallucination. If you want to dive deeper into the strange ways our brains construct reality, you should check out the audiobooks available on Audible, today's sponsor. These phantom sights and sounds demonstrate a highly active nervous system. Your brain refuses to sit idle, actively constructing a new reality the exact second the real-world data stops. This highly active state can also trigger physical anomalies. You're drifting off peacefully, and suddenly you feel a visceral, terrifying drop in your stomach. This is a Hypnic Jerk. As your muscles relax for sleep, your brainstem occasionally misinterprets that sudden lack of tension as a literal physical fall, and it jolts you awake to save you from hitting the ground. Pause this video for 5 seconds and think about the last time you jerked awake in bed. Your brain literally thought you were plunging off a cliff. Further down the descent, you cross the threshold of REM Atonia. This is a crucial biological mechanism that completely paralyzes your body to prevent you from physically acting out your dreams. But sometimes the conscious mind wakes up while that atonia is still active. You are totally paralyzed, fully aware of your bedroom, and your midbrain's hypervigilance threat system kicks into overdrive. Throughout history, cultures worldwide interpreted this specific biological glitch as a supernatural attack. People reported a terrifying, unearthly presence sitting in the room, or a demon literally crushing their chest and suffocating them. Sleep paralysis acts as a neurological crossed wire, a waking mind trapped inside a chemically locked body, interpreting its own immobility as an external attack. If the biology of these sleep phenomena is blowing your mind, hit the like button to help this video reach more people. Early psychologists noticed a phenomenon here called autosymbolism. Because the waking ego is suspended, the hypnagogic state takes abstract problems you've been pondering and processes them into concrete, unrestricted visual images. Thomas Edison realized the value of these uninhibited insights and developed a highly specific method to harvest them. Edison would sit in a chair and doze off while holding a handful of steel balls over a metal plate. The moment his muscles relaxed into deep sleep, his hands would open. The balls would crash onto the plate, and the noise would jolt him awake at the exact moment of insight. Salvador Dalí used the exact same technique, balancing a heavy metal key over a plate to capture the bizarre, surreal imagery that emerged right before he went unconscious. Neurologically, they were intentionally freezing the hypnagogic process. By waking themselves up before the onset of deep sleep, they prevented the brain from wiping their short-term memory, allowing them to write down the hallucinations. Hypnagogia operates as an exploitable state of unbound creative processing, provided you can learn exactly when to catch it. Returning to our EEG chart, the jagged, chaotic waves of the threshold finally stretch out into slow, deep, rhythmic delta waves. The brain surrenders. Waking consciousness completely shuts down. The mind settles into its most restorative state, leaving the strange borderland of hypnagogia behind. Make sure to subscribe, because in tomorrow's video, we are diving into the full science of REM sleep to uncover what your brain actually does while you dream.